If you were born in the 80s or the 90s, what would you say your favorite Halloween movie is? Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. As someone born in 1985, Hocus Pocus holds a very dear and special place in my heart, and when it comes to Halloween movies, it is tops. It was released in 1993, so those of you guys that were born in the 90s may have missed it, but don't sleep on it. Definitely check it out. Now today I filmed a tutorial for you guys featuring the Hocus Pocus palette from ColourPop. It's their collaboration with the movie, honoring the movie. There's a lot of pieces in this collection. I don't have all of them, but I did use the eyeshadow palette as well as some Glitterily Obsessed, some liners, lipstick, and even some lip liner to create this look. I'm so excited about this palette because it's really wearable even when it's not Halloween season. Some palettes for Halloween go over the top, but I feel like this goes over the top but also is just really wearable. So what I mean by that is that we only have one glitter in this whole palette. So if you're not a fan of glitter shades that tend to pop up in Halloween themed and seasonal palettes, don't worry, there's only one. The rest are mattes, satins, and some light shimmers, but most of the shades are incredibly easy to wear. Today I did my look featuring some more of the purple tones, channeling my Sanderson sisters up here, and I will be doing some swatches of these right now so you can see exactly how they apply. So we have Full Moon, Hello Salem, Precaution, which is the only pressed glitter in the palette and it is not eye safe. And then there is On Toast, which is one of my favorite shades of the palette because it makes an amazing transitional shade. Also, you guys, if you get this palette, make sure you pay close attention to the back. It will let you know exactly what shades are not eye safe because there are a few. Don't just think the pressed glitter is eye safe. We will definitely go through all of them. Then we have Coven, which is also a brown, but it has a slight micro shimmer in it. It is eye safe. Come Little Children is another brown shade that has some micro shimmer in it. Then we got Tis Firm. This is a coppery red shade, which definitely you can use in the Christmas season as well. Then we have Thackeray Binks, which is a purple satiny shimmery shade. I love how really on point these shadows are in terms of their names. We have Yabos, which is a shimmery green, goes well with Bewitched, which is below it. I'll swatch that up next. Call It a Bus, which is this smoky gray blue tone shade. It's a very cool tone. Then we have Wench, which is a silver shimmer. And then we have Night of Frolic right here. This is not eye safe. These are the last three shades. As you can see, my fingers are getting a little bit stained. This is Dead Man's Toe, which is also not eye safe. Then we have Bewitched, which is the green shade that goes perfect with Yabos. Layer those together. And then we have Goodbye Cruel World, which I'm going to actually swatch on a clean hand, which is a gray tone. It's kind of like a grayish and it has a nice little reflection to it. So now when a product is labeled not eye safe, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad for your eye, but it's not recommended for the eye use area either because of the pigments that are in it, the ingredients that are in it. Glitters are typically not eye safe because they can scratch your cornea. There's a lot of reasons, so make sure you read the ingredients before you use those shades on your eye. I did use some shades from this palette on my eyes, but I'm putting out full disclaimer that I do not recommend anybody put in a non-eye shade on their lid unless they've done proper research, and I'm not recommending anybody to do it myself. That being said, let's start the tutorial. I love starting my makeup routines with skincare. I'm using the Fresh Beauty Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream to just add a layer of moisture under my makeup, which is so important during the cooler months and especially in the drier fall season. I love how hydrating this feels on my skin without feeling heavy or sticky, and it has a really nice light rose scent. I'm doing my brows today with the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Micro. This dual-ended pencil has a spoolie brush on one side to groom the brows and a micro retractable pencil on the other side. There's no need to worry about sharpening, and it gives a microblade effect. Really helps me to just fill in my brows and lightly and gently define them. It looks so natural and it's so easy to apply this pencil. It just glides on and blends out very well into my natural brows. Gather around, sisters, because today we're using the ColourPop Hocus Pocus palette. I absolutely adore the color range of this palette, but today we're going with some purples. We're going to be starting off with the shade On Toast, and I'm using this as a transitional shade in my crease. Now I'm applying it just a bit heavier in my crease, but I will be blending it out. This shade blends so well. This shade on its own blends really well, but I'm going to be using the lighter shade Full Moon to blend it up into the brow bone. This is also going to add a little bit of highlight right under my brow itself. It's going to help the eye look a little bit brighter and make my eyes look more awake. The rest of the look is going to be a bit smoky, so this adds a nice contrast of light. The next shade that I'm using is Dead Man's Toe. This shade is not considered eye safe, so use this shade at your own discretion. I am lightly patting this shade on. I did not put on any primer, and as you can see, this shade retains its full pigmentation right on the lid. That's one thing that I loved about it, was how pigmented it was. Very rich purple, and it also blended out really well, especially into the shade Toast. And as you can see, I'm blending this up into the crease and also slightly into the brow bone. That's why Toast made a really good transitional shade, because they work well together without becoming muddy. Now we're going to focus on the lower lash line, and I'm going to be going in with the ColourPop Trick or Treat. This pencil is part of the Hocus Pocus collection, and I love how creamy their pencils are in general, and this was no different. I applied this lightly underneath the lash line as well as into the waterline, and I used my finger to lightly smudge and diffuse the shade. Now this is one of those products that you want to work fast, because once it's set, it's set. I went over the liner with Thackeray Binks. This shade is very similar to Dead Man's Toe, except for Thackeray Binks is eye safe. So I'm applying this right over the liner. To my lid, I'm applying Precaution, which is the only pressed glitter in this palette. Once again, the glitter is not eye safe, so use it at your own discretion. If you don't feel comfortable using it on the eyes, you can always use it as part of a highlight, maybe even add some to your lips, or even use it on the body. You don't have to limit products in an eyeshadow palette to your eyes. Off camera, I'm applying my liner and my lashes. So for this look, I just want a little bit more color, really get into that Halloween feel, and I'm going to use ColourPop Black Flame Candle, which is a bold green pencil, and I'm using that as my inner corner shade and lightly bringing it down to the lower lash line as well to blend into that beautiful purple we used before. Now I'm going to be defining my lashes with some Laura Geller mascara. I actually received this in my BoxyCharm, I believe, this month or last month, and it has been a go-to mascara of mine. Really defines and separates my lashes and works well with faux lashes. Now it wouldn't be Halloween without a little bit of glitter, so I'm using the ColourPop Glitterily Obsessed in Amok. This is a beautiful purple glitter. It is also not eye safe, and I'm using it very sparingly under my lower lash line. I'm trying to stay away from getting too close to my actual lash line, because if this gets in your eye, it can hurt your eye. But you can use this on the face and the body. Or you can even get creative and use them in your hair. Keeping up with the spirit of Halloween, I've chose to use the Smith & Cult Black Drop Charcoal Brightening Primer. Yes, this comes out black, but when you apply it, it actually goes to a sheer color just like any primer would. But it's definitely a fun product to use if you're doing a Halloween look. I love the black that comes out. It's a little bit of a shock value. For my foundation, I'm going with Juvia's Place foundation sticks. I'm using the shades Bolivia and Nepal. I'm a little bit of a neutral, and I feel like these two combined really just nail my skin tone. So I'm applying these directly from the stick to my face and blending them out with the IT Cosmetics Heavenly brush. Absolutely love how soft this brush is, and really just gets everything blended out nicely and gives me a perfectly even skin tone. I have a lot of redness to cover up. Now, instead of using a bronzer for this look, I'm going in with Buxom's Primer Infused Blush in Wanderlust. It has a little bit of a mauve tone to it that I felt really worked with the purple eyeshadow. Just because it's a Halloween look doesn't mean we can't get a little bit blushy, and I just love the way this applied. I'm blending it out with my Moda brush. Now for this look, I want an all over matte complexion, so I'm applying the Derma Blend Pro Illuminating Banana Powder. I'm applying it a little bit thick at first using my Moda bronzer brush, because I believe brushes can be used interchangeably. So I'm just putting it on there, and I'm going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. I'm not caking it on too much, just in the areas that I want to lighten up a little bit. And I'm blending this out with another IT Cosmetics brush. This was actually in a holiday set last year, but it has still been a favorite of mine. I totally believe you should shop your stash. If you have products you already love, reach for them and show them a little bit of love, even if they've been sitting in the drawer for a while. So for my highlight, I'm going to be applying the Ofra Madison Miller highlighter in Moondance. This is another product that I absolutely adore, and I'm just shopping my stash with this one. It gives my face such a beautiful glow. For my lip, I'm using the ColourPop Sarah lipstick and lip liner set. This is the lip liner in Lucky Rat Tail. I'm doing a outlining a little bit higher than my natural lip line to make my lips look a little bit fuller, and I'm doing a cross as well, and then I'm going to blend my lip liner together by pushing my lips together. For my lipstick, I'm applying the Sour Cream lipstick. I love that it has little spiders on it. It's super cute. The packaging definitely is a win for me. It's simple but definitely festive and fun. And this lipstick applied so creamy, so pigmented. I absolutely adored that. I only had to swipe it once to get a full look. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you check out the movie if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, I hope you loved the references from the palette. Really fun palette to have, plus the little cartoon of the Sanderson sisters. I thought this collection was adorable, and I believe it's still available from the ColourPop website. I will have lots of links to all the products that I used in this look below, so check out the info section for that. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and leave some comments. If you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow along on Instagram at Recycled Stardust for beauty and lifestyle, or at Fabulously Stardust for fashion and trends. You can also check out my blog, www.thecosmoholic.com/blog, and as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching.